Real talk, you don't know the obstacle you face, and everybody's hard body till God exercises in patience. Hell's the hardest lesson when it comes to revelation, so I'm here to tell the world to stop booking reservations. The coffin's for the grave, it's not the final destination. We will stand before the judge about his law and not his graces. Water and oil produce eternal separation. Listen, God don't mix with sin, don't believe the fabrication. We were handed over to embrace the abnormality that's contrary to spirit, also known as our depravity. Congruently in sync with anti-Christian logicality, we exhibit perception that perplexes our sanity. That means we can do nothing to appease God's wrath. To speculate is suicidal. Sinners will get smashed. You're headed for destruction, fam. Your feet are on the path. I pray you stumble upon Yeshua, the sacrificial lamb. Yo, shout out to Rap Fest Radio, Bert Bocachica, Holy Core Records. You already know.
Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. We're not number one. God is. We may not be the best, but our purpose is to lead you to the best. Jesus Christ. www.rapfestradio.com. Old school to new school. Classics to exclusives. Gospel hip-hop music and videos. Live video interviews Monday nights at 8 p.m. Monday nights at 8 p.m. Watch. Learn. Love. Support. Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. Rapfestradio.com. Rapfestradio.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Rap Fest Radio, rapfestradio.com. We are here once again with another episode for you. We just hope you enjoy it. Let your friends know we're on. You could tweet them. We're at Rap Fest Radio. Tonight's guests are B-Luv and Angie Rose, who'll be coming on the next half hour. Shout out to Swinn, the example, for that drop he dropped for us earlier. If you have something that you want us to play on Rap Fest Radio, you know what to do. Send it to us at rapfestradio@gmail.com. And before I forget, we are accepting submissions for Rap Fest 2014. Just go to rapfestinc.com. That's rapfestinc.com, and make sure you get in your submission. All the details and information is there. If you have any questions, just email us, rapfestinc@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to send you the information you need. In the building right now, B-Luv is back.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir.
How you doing, sir?
Always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Introduce yourself to people that might not know who you are.
My name is Brandon Johnson, also known as B-Luv. I am a Christian hip-hop artist, and I'm just happy to be here. That's about it.
Hey, man, we're done. Tune in next week.
Peace.
Yeah, man, this is your third interview here with us, man, and we're always excited to have you on because we know that you're always working on new music and you have projects in the work in the background.
Yeah.
And one thing I really appreciate about your ministry is that, I don't know if this is good or bad, so you could correct me later if you want.
will.
But you don't overburden us with promotion. Like sometimes I wonder, like, yo, what's B-Luv doing? He's been kind of quiet lately. Then I turn around, I was like, bam, video, CD. So what's in the works now that you're not telling us about?
No, I just feel like if it's and this is, I think this would be important to any artist. You don't want to spam people with stuff. Like if it's good quality, post it a couple times, not a million times, because after a while it just cheapens what you're doing. So I'm more into...
That's free of charge.
Yeah, it's free of charge. But I'm more into not the quantity of things, but the quality of it. So when I say something once, it hits a million times instead of saying something a million times that somebody looks at once and say, okay, whatever. Right. So, but right about now, we're just coming off of a great release with the guidance video. And from there, I've been working on shows. That's really what the one thing I don't have as of right now. I'm doing a lot of content as far as like getting things out, but as far as like getting places, I'm still working on that, trying to get out to new places. Like people are still finding out about my record, which is a beautiful thing. So every day I get like some type of new tweet or Instagram post, got the album, love it, stuff like that. So that's what I'm really working on now. We're planning something for the summer this year to get out and hit the road. But other than that, just shooting videos. We just wrapped up me and Jay's video, which should be coming out in a couple weeks or so.
What has Jay been doing?
Jay, Jay was in the same predicament I was in. More so, you know, waiting for the right time to just put stuff out. So she has some things about to release.
Yeah, because when she hit, everybody was like, "Whoa, what's this? A nice, fresh new voice on the scene," and then it's kind of like disappeared for a bit.
But Jay is she's a great businesswoman. And,
awesome!
You will see in the time when it's time to come out, you'll see why it took so long to come out.
Awesome.
She's about her business, and I love her for that.
Awesome. And you were recently, just Saturday, you were at an event with Heesun Lee. By the way, shout out to Heesun Lee, man. She's been putting some work. She's been putting in some work with her album release tour. If you haven't had a chance to see it, you know, go to their website, inmycityrecords.com, and check out where, you know, the next event is going to be at. The album is out. It's on iTunes. You can pick it up. She's going to be here with us April 14th, I think it is. So you'll be able to check that interview out. But yeah, she's been putting in some work. But you were able to minister at the last event that they had on Saturday. Tell us, how did that go?
Well, Eli called me, and he called me maybe 2 weeks before the event, maybe 3 weeks. It was close though. And he asked me, he's like, can you come do, you know, a song or two? And I was like, yeah, anything. Let's see something, like anything, like please. And me and her did an interview with Wado back in I think that might have been maybe late December, early January, but I just saw her recently. So when they asked me to anything for her, I got her. But you know, I actually just got off a plane from Orlando, came from Newark, drove into Staten Island, did the sound check, and really just fell asleep upstairs because I was tired. But great night, man. I think the most powerful thing was Heesun was up on stage, and it was like the front row. It was like maybe 7 or 8 girls there, and I was like, that is beautiful. And I hope somebody got a picture of it, but what she's doing is so impactful. And I just had the opportunity to share the stage and minister, do a couple songs, and I was just grateful for that, just to even be a part of it. I love what God Belongs to My City does. I love what Eli does. He's just a great guy, man. I was just thankful just to be a part of it. So great night. I loved it.
Amen. Yeah, and it was at a good venue too.
Yeah,
because that club, we went there for the Exchange Young Adults Ministry Night once.
Deborah and her husband.
With Deborah, and they do some great work out there. So What's fresh in your mind now as far as ministry is concerned for you? What's your focus behind your music, your lyrics, you know, as you continue to mature in Christ?
Well, I would say after the guidance video, I had a interesting conversation with a young man from he might have been from Kentucky, somewhere where I haven't been there, wherever it was. I haven't been there. So he emailed me, and the character, well, this was his real name in the video. It was a young kid actually playing my role, but just years later. His name was Kevin Still, and he emailed me. He said, "Man, you know, I really appreciate what you did in that video. I'm just another Kevin Still. Thank you." And I was like, man, like that really hit home. And I thought about, you know, what I'm saying is so important. Like for me, lyrically, it's always this: I don't want you to hear something and then just turn it off, because I understand this. What you hear will be repeated, and what you repeat eventually become what you live. So I always want to make sure I'm saying something lyrically that is repeated but then also live. So I'm writing songs with that intentionality. Like I want to make sure I'm saying something that 4 or 5 years from now you can look back and say, I changed my life because of that. So that's my goal, man, just to always write with some but always write authentically. So when people hear what I'm saying, they hear the heart of God, they hear artistically, they hear something good, and it's real and it's honest, and I just want to make sure I'm making an impact every time I do something.
Writing responsibly as opposed to just a hype song. Yeah, that was fun. What he talking about? I don't know, but God is good.
Jesus
all the time.
Is great. And you know, I think here's a point that I love making, because I say it like this: every artist, most of us, you know, use pens to write songs. And then there's the highly gifted, highly anointed that just freestyle and they just come up with greatness. I don't know if that's actually true, but we'll see. But my point is this: every song that we write, every time that we get a chance to pen a song, right? If we were to turn the music off, like if something went wrong at the show and the sound went off and you had to go a cappella for 30 minutes, what are you saying? Is there substance in what you're doing?
Right.
And that's, for me, has been a driving point, even now, to the point, this last album that I recorded, I listened back acapella before we even. I rapped to the beat, but I recorded to the beat. But I listened acapella. Like, what am I saying? And if I can't say acapella, it's not worth saying on the beat. So, I spent that time. I rewrote songs. I actually got a copy of the album for you too. But
nice.
I rewrote songs 3, 4, 5 times, just trying to get the right thing and make sure if they hear this with nothing on it, that I'm saying something worth repeating even after that. So
right, and it's important what you said too, to even in the recording process.
Yeah.
That you hear back your lyrics a cappella. I've been to some sessions where the artists don't do that. They go into the booth, they spit, they'll come out, play that back, and they play it with the beat and the bass and everything. It's like almost mixed already.
Yeah.
So everything kind of sounds good because the beat is hot. But when you listen to it back a cappella, you got to make sure everything is clear.
What are you saying?
Yeah, and also that you can understand it.
Yeah,
You could be saying something and you can understand it. Like, you'd be like one of those people on a train with the headphones on, mimicking words you don't really know what you're saying. You're just making them up. You're sounding syllables. But that's really important, man. And we appreciate people like yourself putting in that kind of quality time into making sure that the message is getting out there. Now, do you find yourself writing about any particular topics more than others going forward?
No, I really just try to. I'm this guy. I'm the rapper who will worship for 30 minutes before I try to write, because I realized this. My vocabulary is like this. I'm trying to explain to God like that. So I literally try to soak in that moment, and I'm not trying to be like deep. I'm just giving you like I need words from you to talk about you like that. So as far as sticking to topics, I think art is best displayed when you're just talking about yourself being, what's going on with you that can apply to me. So I don't think I'll ever say this is the one topic I'll stay on. I just want to always write what's on God's heart for the audience that He's given me, the platform that I'm on. These are the songs for them, and I pray that I continue to excel at that, and lives will continue to be encouraged and inspired.
Amen. And we're gonna be playing your video later, and so you have the T.R.U.T.H and TWyse. Like, how's that whole experience?
Well, like a lot of artists that I've had an opportunity to even conversate with, let alone work with, it's a relationship. So it's not like like T.R.U.T.H and TWyse were my 2 favorite rappers growing up. Like, these are like,
I remember you mentioned that the first time we had the interview.
Before anybody else, these were the 2 main artists that I knew of. So it wasn't like, I have a song with them. I have a song with my friends like that.
Right.
I have a song with them, and that's cool. So as far as
it's not like you were soliciting features.
Yo, can you do a song with me? Like, these are like friends, And the thing about that is, I've seen this though ever since the record came out, and I have like B Rife's on the album, Jay's on the album, JR's on the album. Cole Campbell's on the album, a couple other people, but the point is, before the album came out, I wasn't as like accepted, I would say, and then after the record came out, when like, who's this independent kid with all these notable artists? Things changed from that aspect. Like,
and it must be kind of weird for people that don't know. You're like, how did he get them all on that album?
God's favorite.
So are you getting those emails too? Yo, hook me up with JR.
Yes. How can I get a song with JR? How can it's what's funny? Actually, Andy heard Hero, the song I got with JR. He heard that record before. I think maybe In My City probably just dropped. Like, so I've known Andy for years,
right? And
he heard that record. He didn't even know JR. So like, it's funny like seeing like time go by. Like, okay, now they're working together. So like, just having that aspect of, God, you gave me the opportunity to be in front of great men. Not only be in front of them, develop relationships, and then work with them. Beautiful. I think God's favor is greater than anything you can ever have.
That's awesome. I mean, if anybody's watching this tonight and you're an artist, we just dropped in 13 minutes probably the most valuable information you can have for your ministry to kind of like checkpoints. You want to make sure you build relationships with people. You want to make sure you're intentional with your lyrics, that your message is clear and to the point. It's fun. It's good to have fun. It's good to have fun with the songs. Don't get me wrong. It's important. It's important to have fun, but at the same time, you have to say something. And like I always tell people when they come to Rap Fest, they're like, "Yo, I want to do these songs." I don't tell them what songs to do. That's up to them. I want to do these songs, but I'm gonna say my real real strong song for last. I said, what if the homeboy leaves before your first song is done? They're not going to get that message. There has to be something there of substance right from the top. You know, and it's not always easy to do, but that's what you got to do.
Definitely.
You know, and don't record till you're ready.
Basically.
Don't record till you're ready. So what's going on? How's the church and ministry and stuff?
Ministry is great. Actually,
shout out church name.
Agape Family Worship Center in Rahway, New Jersey. Agents of Change Youth Ministry. Check us out. Ministry is great. Well, TWyse just had his son, so I'm actually I assist with a lot. Lately though, because of the baby, I know I'm gonna have to take a more bigger role in there.
Stepping up a little bit.
So I had
stepping in a little bit more.
A little bit more, because usually I'm just responsible for like the day-to-day stuff and like on Sundays like media. But last Sunday I had to speak and like doing those type of things. But ministry's going great. Still learning about life through teens, and it's been great. Yeah.
And you recently celebrated 1 year anniversary of marriage.
Woo! Stay married. It's been great, man. It's been great. I've learned a lot about life through marriage. So
marriage is great. We celebrate 25 years this summer, man. I'm excited. No regrets.
I'm 25.
All right, thank you. We're done. play that video. It's all good, man. I'm not ashamed of it.
Don't be ashamed. You're alive. That's it.
Amen.
That's about it.
You know, it's been a good ministry relationship as well as an awesome, husband and wife relationship, which is so important. And it might have been you who mentioned this too last time, where we took our first marriage class. Like, churches have a marriage group. Yeah. We went to our first marriage group class, married already 23 years. We had never done that. We did it on our own.
Wow.
And we had a wonderful 23 years. I mean, going to the marriage group was awesome. We did learn a lot even then. It's never too late. If you want to do it. It's great,
Do it.
to see somebody else look into your relationship and point some stuff out. I was like, wow, I never thought of that, Yeah. So that was good, but nothing but love. Love you, baby. Oh, mushy moments on Rap Fest Radio.
Right.
It's hip hop. That's how we do hardcore.
Yeah.
That's part of life. But there are a lot of new ministries coming up. Who are you like in tune with nowadays?
I peer into a lot of it, but overall though, because I'm new, so I don't. There's a lot of people from.
Well, you're new, but you have a lot of exposure.
Okay.
Or you have a lot of exposure, and you're exposed to a lot because of some of the people that you have relationship with.
Yeah. I agree.
So I could respect, like, if you tell me, these are the kind of people I've been listening to lately, or starting to vibe with, or whatever, and that's good. I think artists. It's good to have somebody you look up to or listen to. My
two favorite artists that I'm looking up to right now, because I'm a hip hop artist, but more so I love worship more than I love hip hop, but I can't listen to it all the time. It's it's draining. But I would say Swoop, of course, is my favorite artist right now, and Christian Grey.
Christian Grey. He's gonna be in New York.
Yeah. Actually, Isaiah Tate is opening up for him.
With Isaiah Tate.
Yeah.
We had Isaiah.
I just did something for his mixtape too.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, he got something coming out. But yeah, Zay's opening up for him. I'm trying to get in the car with him and rap that show.
Christian Grey. I'll tell you what, Christian Grey, when they came to Rap Fest last year, and he was up. He came in, he did his thing, and he was singing.
Yeah.
He has a phenomenal voice. Phenomenal. But then he started spitting, and it was like, he's a great rapper, too. Like you do anything else, dude? And people were like, that's the same guy, like really good. Not many people could do that.
Yeah.
Not many people could do that. So that was really good. So Swoop is like one of the guys.
Swoop, I would say Christian Grey is definitely. I actually like whatever. Collision is just. They put in work. I just love the content and the quality that they put out. It's clean and it's like, this is what we're doing. Boom.
You know what I like from Collision?
Yeah.
Alex Faith.
Yes. I was just about to say, I checked out his record too. He's dope.
And you see him, it's like, so where's Alex Faith? I am Alex Faith. You gotta be kidding me. His sound is so raw.
Urban.
Yeah, very urban, very raw. But when you look at him, he's like, you don't know what to expect. It's like, really? That, and that's good. That's good. I like when a little twist to what's going on is always important. Who else? You work with the T.R.U.T.H on his video, and we know the T.R.U.T recently has his label and stuff. Is there anything happening in that circle for you, or are you still running on your own?
No, I'm still on my own. I'm sharing them on though. I think it's dope what he's doing. I love to see My dream is to watch other people's dream come true. Like when you say something and then you do it, I applaud you.
Right.
You on. That's my brother. I'm happy for him. Excited for the things he's about to do.
I know. Mixed Bag Records, right? That's the name of it.
Mixed Bag Entertainment.
Mixed Bag Entertainment.
Mixed Bag Music. One or two.
Mixed Bag.
Mixed Bag.
Mixed Bag. And looking at the list of artists, it's a mixed bag. He has a little bit of everything in there, which is really good. You know, and we've always loved the truth around here as well. So we're looking forward, to see what else is going to be coming out from that label. One of the things I want to do, of course, how we do here. Before we go into your video in a few minutes, I want you to drop something for us, a little acapella of something that's on your heart.
Okay. That was a nice little segue into it. How much time do I have?
Literally? 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
I'm saying you're asking. No, but just go for it.
Okay. Hebrews chapter 11 speaks about the Hall of Faith, and Hebrews chapter 12 speaks about perseverance and going through things. And I'll actually do and break down a little bit of the song I had with Jay, which is the video is about to come out.
Okay, cool.
The song is entitled "Grow," off my album entitled "Grow." Go get that on iTunes if you get a chance to. But let's see. Is the mic here?
Yep, that's you.
Testing 1. Okay. Your word says you discipline the ones you love. And reading through these moments, all your servants had your touch. They spent some time with you. They got to know your ways. You put them in situations just to strengthen their faith. You created the maze, so if I drop every weight, I can run this course you set before me and win this race. Keeping my eyes on you, I'm thankful for your grace. He's taking my imperfections, destroying what he hates. He loves me privately, so I know that he's not ashamed to publicly take me through all these emotional pains. You're my champion. Look what you endured. I can never give up. This moment's what you died for. You're the perfect parent, correcting cause you care. You allow the storm, but you'll never leave me there. You put me through this process cause you knew it to make me pure. What I considered suffering, it was the perfect cure. You left me in the fire long enough to make me whole. You turned the heat up to assure me you were in control. I didn't understand, but you knew what would unfold. You took the right ingredients to make pure gold. Now my heart is turned back to a God who's concerned about our relationship and the lessons that I learned. Tears in my eyes cause I finally see the beauty in all of this is you considered me. But oh, how you love me, I will never know. You went beyond measurement just to see me grow. And no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it produces righteousness for those who choose to follow the lines. Thinking back on those times when I thought you were neglecting me, thought you left me hanging, but truthfully you were stretching me. Now I see you are the door. Pain is the key. You molded me for your glory so I can declare you holy. But now I'm a man chasing after God's heart. Thankful that you love me. I worship for who you are. You are Lord and you're sovereign, and that's hard for me to digest, but you're molding me in time. I just gotta trust your process. You broke me down to build me up, poured me out to fill me up. So if you never pass this cup, cheers, Father, bottoms up. Wipe them tears off my eyes. Now I finally see I was considered for this test cause your signature's on me. Grow.
Wow.
So I'll break down 3 things real quick. The gold purification process. Gold is coal, and then they put it through fire to make it become gold. So I was watching a documentary, and the jeweler, he was like, how do you know when coal is ready to come out and it's gold? He said, well, actually not the jeweler, the miner. He says, I know when it's ready, when I can see my reflection in the gold. Basically meaning God will leave you in a fire until he sees his reflection within you. So he took the right ingredients to make pure gold. All right, so that's one. But the other part of that song, and I explained it Saturday at Heesun's Lee, her
concert,
the tour. Job, the story of Job, and I have a pure reflection of that song in here, but it's really just talking about every preacher that I've seen preach the message says Job got double for his trouble. God restored everything. And I thought that's beautiful to know that God restores, what was lost and he gives back. But the beauty of that was, and I said at the end of the song, was God considered Job. Basically meaning, if God allowed you to go through the situation, if he took you through it, it's because he knew you would trust him with the outcome of it. No matter how, if he never got anything back, he considered you because he knows. So that, what I'm going through is on God's watch. It's, you are sovereign. You know all good and bad. Right. You're sovereign. If you allowed it, I have to trust you through it. So that's the meat of that song. And then the last part of that song that I love, you broke me down to build me up. poured me out to fill me up. So if you never pass this cup, you remember when Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, he's praying, Lord, pass this cup, not my will, but if he never takes a situation from you, if he allows it to hurt you for 30 years, if you never drink the cup, trust him with it. And that's the beauty of my album Growth. Go get it, iTunes. Yeah. Woo.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Holy Culture. Y'all gave me a great album review, and I'm thankful for that. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, since you said it, holyculture.net, one of our sponsors. Make sure you go there.
Yeah.
You can get a bunch of album reviews and downloads and stuff, as well as all the other social media sites that are out there that offer all this music. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Grateful Apparel, gratefulapparel.com. You know how it is. Go there, click buy
Right, what up?
everything. Hey, yep. Add it to your basket and shop and look hot in the street. Gratefulapparel.com.
Yeah.
Shout out also to BX Records, that's hosting part of our podcast out there. And you can get this podcast on YouTube and iTunes and everything else that's out there. Rap Fest 2014 coming up August 9th. Next week, I believe we will have a very, very, very big announcement regarding Rap Fest 2014. I encourage you to stay posted. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy announcement, especially for the New Yorkers. No offense to everybody else, but New Yorkers, that's the only hint I'm giving you, so you figure it out. You'll see. What is your website for people to purchase?
IamB-Luv.com. IamBLUV.com. Check me out.
So make sure you go to IamB-Luv.com to pick up any music and information regarding B-Luv. If you want to book them to minister to your young people, to your older people, to your grandmas, grandpas, your church, your congregation, your neighborhood. You're looking for, just chat with somebody who's been in the industry for a while, or just ministry talk, whatever. Make sure you go check them out. IamBLuv.com has all the details. Right now, we're going to jump into this video called Guidance. I know you kind of touched on it before, but I'll let you do the intro to the video.
Okay, what's up, everybody? This is my new video, Guidance, featuring the T.R.U.T.H, TWyse, and my good friend Darion Javon. I believe this video is important to anybody who has a dream and has a mentor who believes in you. Keep believing, keep dreaming, never stop. Check it out, Guidance.
I spent a while on the sideline watching the game. White painted lines on the field, I hear it calling my name. Picture me and picture that, and I put it all in a frame.
Yo, Kev, what's up, man? Come
What's up,
on,
Abe?
man.
What's up, Abe? Thanks for the ride, man. It's cold out there.
No problem, man, no problem. So, Kev, how's that music thing going?
Man, you already know I'm taking care of my business, man.
That's what's up, man, that's what's up.
Last Sunday you was talking to the youth, talking about your life and all that, and it just, sounded
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. But I'll tell you about that another day.
All right. So where we headed?
I want you to meet someone.
Who?
Brandon Johnson.
B-Luv? For real, man? Oh, you messing with me.
Hey, just be cool, just be cool. I told him about you, and he wanted to meet you.
Oh, man. This is it, man. This is going to my Instagram for real.
Feels like I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. And now that it's here, I don't want to mess it up. Big stage and bright lights, hotels and book flights, staring out the sky view, trying to get my thoughts right, living for the moment, hoping to never save it. My spirit saying be humble, my flesh is saying I made it. So I had to deal with the enemy, cause one good show turned into an ego of a star, and my own success will be the one feeding me. So it's best to know who you are and where you came from and who influenced you. People hate to see you win, but never let that ruin you. Big bro said this many rappers, only few of you. Keep your heart pure, never change and remain true, cause pride can destroy your soul. And believe me when I say that statement is true. There's always a warning before the fall. As ministers, we miss the chance to be ministered to. So I need your guidance to help me deal with these women who approach with secret agendas, and these grown men who shake your hand but hate your progress. Please talk to me cause I don't understand. Yeah. So if you had some time. Got me through, I can't continue on walking blind. I know your words can take me far, cause wisdom is something I keep close to my heart. You know why?
I don't wanna fail or make the same mistakes. Taking a chance in life and then watching it all fade away.
Yeah.
Tonight may be my last night to watch my dreams come true.
AB,
So pray my heart is ready. I need to give
I'ma give you what I can. I'm only give you what I can. I ain't got all the answers, but got all the answers, man. I know a little bit, it's a little bit. Yeah, God's grace. Truth, seen a lot of things, a gang of faces, a lot of scenes, many different places, different stages, all walks of life. I promise some days I feel like the Dark Knight, the hero in the villain, a mirror in the ceiling. One glimpse of my reflection, I'm tearing in the pillar. Yeah, cause I don't wanna build in vain, but I'm so torn cause this flesh wasn't built for fame. Yeah, I think it's good that you feel the strain. And trust me, B, you ain't alone, man, I feel the same. Yeah, little homie, it's a tightrope. Fight so hard, let me give you some advice. Don't believe the hype, believe the press. Cause when it all fades, you will be depressed. And please ignore the heart beating in your chest that'll tell you lies and leave you in a season of regrets. Watch your doctrine and your life close. You've been called to give the people in this life hope. Shine bright, light bulbs. While you clearing out the mirrors and the white smoke. Kill the dreams of a superstar. Rap is what you do, it's not who you are. You a servant and a steward close to his heart. And this here's just food for thought. Go.
Said I really need your guidance.
Hey B, let me share some wisdom with you. Never stick out your chest, never pop your collar. It's not about you, B, it's about the Father. If people try to give you glory, kindly give it back. Never pocket none of that, cause that's a booby trap. See, I seen it all before, like running a movie back. That's why the Lord put me here to pull your suspender straps. Never to hold you back, but yet to give you guidance. See, I've been around the block and that's just being honest. Yeah, it's great to be wise and represent truth, but at the end of the day, be you. Be you, be you, be you, be you.
I don't wanna fail or make the same mistakes.
You don't make the same mistakes. Be wise, son.
Tonight may be my last night.
Learn from the mistakes of others. Yeah. That's how you gonna win.
I need
Yeah.
your guidance. Said I really need your guidance. Said I really need your.
Kev, what's up, B-Luv?
What's good, man? How you?
I'm good.
Glad you can make it tonight, man.
Yeah.
Heard the single, Nothing Without You.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. I love what you're doing.
Thank
The
you.
Lord told me to, bring you out here tonight because he put something on my heart to tell you. He said, be confident in the gift that God has given to you because he was confident when he gave it to you. I love what you're doing, but I'm telling you one thing. The greatest thing that you can do as a man, as an artist, as a believer, is establish a relationship with the Lord. And that's what's going to separate good to great.
Hey, B, man, you got 5 minutes.
Love what you're doing. Show about to start in a minute. I got to head out, but just want to check on you.
Yes,
Thanks for coming. Hope you stay to the end.
Definitely.
All right, man. Peace.
All right.
Yep, that was Guidance by B-Luv, and this is his album. It's called Growth. Make sure you go to iTunes, look for this album and download it, or go to his website and purchase it. It's a really nice artwork. It has a little pull-out. Like we talk about, where is it? It's on the other side. It's in there. It's in there. There's a whole pull-out. There's a booklet. Trust me, you know what? You got to buy it to see and appreciate it. But that's B-Luv. The album is called Growth. Make sure you check that out. We are here with Angie Rose in the building.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah?
How you doing?
I'm great.
That's
I'm
good.
great.
There we go.
Angie Rose, well, new to me.
No.
I I saw her minister for the first time in Brooklyn at the Heesun Lee. Heesun's getting a lot of play today. She's gonna have to send me some royalty checks or something. At the Heesun Lee Stereotypes tour in Brooklyn, and I was like, this girl has a really good voice. I mean, I heard the album. I heard you on the album as well with Heesun.
Oh no, I wasn't even around yet.
That wasn't you weren't her on the
Miss
album?
Mia Hunt.
That was Mia Hunt.
It was, yeah.
So that's why you just did the freestyle. But you sound you're okay. So my bad. Look at that. That shows you how much I don't know. You see? I'm just being real. But at the event, your voice kind of like shined through. You know, especially during that freestyle session. You know, that really stuck out. And I was like, yo, this girl's got something in there that's really good. But I understand you're a singer, rapper. You do spoken word as well.
Little something.
Which is your favorite?
See, favorite is hard. Rap, it comes easiest to me. I think I just feel most comfortable. But I think singing would be my favorite. Just the feel. Like I love, like I just, singing is emotion. I kind of look at rapping like a sermon on a beat. But singing is the juice, you know? Nice.
But let me just back up a little bit. You're a student at TWyse?
I am, yeah.
And you're studying what?
English is my major, and then I have a minor in Bible.
And with what goal in mind?
It's so much. My ultimate goal is to be like a writer. Obviously, I'm starting off with the music. I don't wanna just be one of those artists that raps and sounds kind of like doofy. Like I want to embrace the economy of language. I believe that we weren't called to just be ignorant and, you know, speak however, and write however. Like I want it to sound right. You know what I mean? Which is why I invest that. But ultimately, I think I just want to write books to motivate younger minds, you know, older minds as well. But I'm young now, so I want to motivate people my age. I want to be relatable, and after that, I think ultimately I want to open like a community center and impact the youth in different places. I've been to like little missions trips with my school and just seeing different communities and different people and their struggle. You know, I think we need to know about that, and I think we need to spread that.
Right. So. And you're from the Bronx?
I am, born and raised.
Born and raised in the Bronx. Yes. What church in the Bronx do you attend?
Actually, my father's a pastor, so I go to his church. It's Church of God's Children in Co-op City. And my sister's also a pastor, so I attend House of Healing here and there, which is on Tremont Ave. So.
Wow, so you got pastors in your family? Are you looking at being a pastor somewhere down the line? I mean, ministry school, pastors in the family, sometimes it just
happens.
It's in the blood.
Sheesh.
Or is it one of those, I see what they're going through, I'm not doing it?
It was for a while. I had a strong opposition to anything of that nature. At this point, I'm really like just putting everything, like whatever God, like even as far as music went, I didn't really chase this. It's always been a goal of mine. But I kind of put it before God, like I looked at it like a horse race, and I said, you know, whatever door you open, I'm gonna run.
Right.
And that's kind of how I'm looking at the rest of my life. Whatever door opens next, and I know it's from you, I'm gonna run, because if you opened it, you got me.
So how did the attention to your ministry come with, you know, with the whole Heesun Lee stuff?
Yeah, that was interesting. A student at TWyse actually called me to do a feature with him. So I show up to the studio and I'm singing only. So we're listening, and Chris, who's like become my manager and all that good stuff from In My City Records and Ja Rockin' Studios, shouts to them.
I thought he was coming.
He was supposed to come. He's caught in a session right now, actually. He started, you know, he was asking me more questions, and then my friend was like, oh, she raps too. So he's like, no way, I don't believe you. And he's like, do you freestyle? I'm like, a little something. So he throws on a beat, and I just start. We just go ham, and I don't know, it just worked that day. You know how freestyling can be sometimes.
Right.
And it worked that day. I think that was the grace of God. And that same night he started, you know, emailing me, and he sent me over some beats, and he was like, I want to work, and we started talking more, and from there it just grew to like a full-on like brother sisterhood. Like I look up to him like a brother, and he's just, that whole team, I think in general has really put a lot into me.
Right. The whole In My City Records people. Yeah, they're doing great work, by the way. If you guys haven't checked it out, and again, they owe us some money today. No, I'm kidding. InMyCityRecords.com. They're doing some great work, man, with Heesun Lee.
Yes, Heesun.
And they're working with D.Will.
Yes.
D.Will from Rochester. Great guy. I've got a chance to meet, Heesun's hype man, Teddy.
That's my boy from Nyack, too.
And he goes to Nyack as well, so that's good. That's like a little reunion when you guys get on stage.
He graduated, actually.
Oh, really?
He went my last semester. We met, like, a few times. We got cool. And then we're hitting the stage together. It was like...
Oh, that's cool.
That's
cool.
Good, man.
Yeah, Teddy's a serious hype man. He don't mess around.
He don't play.
And Elton, the DJ, great guy. They really have a good team there. What's the experience like working with them? I mean, you're saying this is all kind of new to you.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Like you're doing big concerts now with these people.
Sheesh. It's definitely humbling. Yeah, that's really what it is to me. It's just humbling. It's like here I am, and like B-Luv said, such a big God, and I'm trying to fit him into little old me, you know what I mean? And it's dope to see what God can do so quickly, and not that I'm anywhere big or it's just wow. It went from something like barely a seed to something that's starting to grow out of the dirt, and it's like, all right, God, whatever you want,
Are you starting to feel comfortable on the stage and stuff?
I am. I'm starting to definitely embrace what it is that Andy said something in one of his songs. I'm starting to believe I was made for this, and that's really, really what it feels like. The more that I continue to grow and speak to people and meet people like you and all these different, it's like, it's possible. And it's possible that this is what I was called to do, and I finally found the phone and picked up,
Nice. So are you writing songs are you thinking of writing, creating your own album, or you just keep doing features for now? Or?
Me and Chris are actually working on an EP at this point. We're trying to get something, at least something in the works by June. I think that's the goal. We keep kind of fumbling around, but we're starting to work on releasing a few singles in the very near future, so stay out on the look for that.
That's it's hard to work with people when you don't know their style and stuff, but how do you find yourself fitting in with people like Heesun Lee and Rock and them? Is it your style? Are you adapting to what they do, or are they adapting to what you do?
I think a little bit of both. I think I've definitely grown in the process, but musically I really don't like to pin myself down to a certain style. I think I'd rather pin myself to an emotion. I just want you to feel encouraged. I want you to feel motivated, and I have a very diverse I love music, and it's not just hip hop. I'm Spanish, so I love my salsa. I love bachata. I love pop. I love rock. And I like to kind of get all that mixing together, because there's different emotions that arise from all of that, and if you can just learn to feed off it, I kind of tell Chris all the time, I want to know what the beat itself is saying, and I believe God can speak through music, because there's been times where I play piano a little bit and I can just cry because of a certain note. It's I don't even know, it has a language of its own. David played the harp and demons ran. It must have been saying something. And I think that's really what I want to do. I want to get in unity with the music itself, not try to, like you said, adapt or be adapted to. I can kind of jump in and try my best to, do the track itself justice. And give glory to God.
Amen. So, and again, before Heesun Lee and him, who were you vibing with musically?
As far as who I liked or who I was working with?
Both.
Well, I really wasn't doing much.
You just woke up one day and next thing you know, you're on tour.
Yeah.
That's the life, right? That's what everybody wants.
Sheesh.
No, but that's good.
That's God.
So who do you listen to then? On your own personal time that you've actually invested in buying their music.
I don't want to kind of jump on, but I love Andy. I really do. I think that might be because I have a personal kind of not connection with Andy, but I saw him when he was C-Light.
Right.
Came to a church out here, and I was just like, yo, this dude just freestyled, and he asked people to throw stuff on stage, and I was like, yo, he's dope. And to see him become something, I think it kind of just, maybe it relates to something within me, and it's kind of yo, I'm a fan, but I see
You
like,
can do it.
Yeah, like, and you're here, like you're where I'm from, like, you know, not so much, but, you know, we're from New York, you're from Heights, and I'm from the Bronx, but you know, it's
yeah. I mean, that's how we look at Andy as well. I remember when he came out with T.R.U.T.H the first time, and David Ham comes over and says, "Yo, wait till you see this dude Andy," and he spit it. It was really good. I'm not gonna say I was like, "Oh my God, it's incredible," but he was really, really good. And then next thing you know, it was just like, you know,
I think
his course came through.
With him, it was like my first taste of showmanship. And like I think growing up and rapping around the churches, like you see a lot of people just kind of hit the stage, do their song, and then sit down. Like he came with a DJ, and he came with the lights, and he came with it, and I was just like, yo, this is what it is, because we approach hip hop like it's nothing, and we just take it like another little thing I'm gonna do, and it's like, yo, like you do anything for God, you got to do it to the best of your ability. Like we're not gonna be perfect and all that, and that's fine, but strive for greatness in everything you do. Doesn't the Bible say that?
Amen, amen. So, when did your encounter with Christ come to play? Like, I know you said your father's a pastor, but were you born and raised in the church? And
I was something like that.
You're like a baby deacon or something?
Something like that. I grew up, you know, I did my thing. I really admired my dad. I kind of followed him around, and just the same as I did my brother. So I kind of had two separate, I noticed this the other day, two separate things that I identified with. My brother my father who was a pastor, and my mother, and then my brother who did everything else. So my brother was hip hop, Jay-Z, and he had all these friends as goons and all these, so I kind of like related to both. But he went through a lot, and he was out of the house for a while, and that's when I drove more into my dad, and I was like preaching, and I would travel. I actually, at like 15 years old, I was able to preach in a conference in Texas with like 1,000 people or something like that.
Wow.
It was crazy. I got scared with that. I kind of came back, decided to start hitting my sister's church a little more. Became a piano player there, kind of played the background. About 19 years old, I was like, I went through some stuff in church. I experienced a few things, hurts, church wounds. I think a lot of people are familiar with that. And I got rebellious, real rebellious. Started smoking, drinking, all this craziness that like I just completely changed my life. And I heard God's voice, but I ignored it. And I became very good at that for 3 years.
Wow.
And I went through a lot. I got into a car accident, middle of the highway. Just all these different things that were going on in my life. I wasn't living at home. Like there were nights I slept in the stairs just to be like, you know, miss thing. And then one day, August 15th, matter of fact, we're going on a year and change now that I've completely committed my life back to God. And I had an encounter that day playing the piano. I was fed up with my life, and I wanted to die inside. And I came home and I played the piano and I sang this song. I said, si tan solo tocaré el borde de su manto, libre sería. And so when I sang that, in English it says, if only I could touch the hem of your garment, I know I'd be free. And I sang that, and something in me shattered. It was like this wall that I tried to build up, this glass, not even a wall. It wasn't even strong enough to build a wall against God. This glass, it's like I get emotional even talking about it. This glass that I built up shattered. And in that moment, I literally felt light. I don't know how you can feel light, but I felt light. Like literally, like this light right here. I felt light, and I started to cry like I hadn't in years. And I started to wail. And I read about a week and a half later that, you know, your spirit will cry out in groanings that you can't understand. And that's exactly what happened. And in that moment, everything started to make sense. I started to understand the pain that I had went through, the family that I was born into, the life that I had lived, and all of this different stuff. And I said, my God, you knew all along. You knew. That's all I could say. And I hit the floor and I cried. And I remember just crying on the floor, literally. Like knees down in the middle of my living room. Nobody was there. And I look up, and you know, I called a sister that we weren't talking, to be honest, and it was a God thing. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what number I was dialing. Her number came out of static in my head, and I called her. And she started to pray, and she said, he's coming in. And she's all the way in Newburgh, and I'm all the way in my house in the Bronx. And she said, he's coming. And I'm like, what? And I feel something tell me to take off my shoes. And I remember Joshua and Moses, remove your shoes for you're now standing on holy ground.
Wow.
And I look up and all I see is feet and white. And I cried right there at his feet, in what appeared to be his feet for me. And, life changed. Immediately I stopped smoking, and have I been perfect throughout? Not even a little bit. But God is faithful when we are not. And that is one thing that I have definitely seen, which encourages me to learn to be faithful back.
Amen. That's powerful. That's powerful. And that also encourages other people that might be going through stuff and wondering, I can never get out of this. It'll take forever.
Yeah,
I mean, for you, it was that one moment, but it's really...
For certain things.
But I was going to say, it's years in the process to work up to that one spot to come to the realization that something's got to change.
Yes.
Something's definitely got to change. And that's powerful. I encourage you to keep seeking those changes and hold on strong. And
definitely.
All those influences will, from your past, will work their ways into whatever has to be molded, maybe through your lyrics, through your songs, your singing, your writing, your, whatever it is God's going to have you do, which is incredible. So what's next in the life of Angie Rose? Aside from the EP coming out, do you envision yourself, continuing straight up music as rap, or are you going to do it all rap and sing and spoken word album? I don't think there's a spoken word album by female Christian artists yet. I know Propaganda has done
Poetic Soul.
Oh, Poetic Soul. Poetic Soul, that's right, Kabasa. I should have remembered that, right? I did the artwork I did the mastering for it. My bad. I'm losing it. Here I am putting her on Heesun's album, and Heesun's one of my favorite artists, and I'm like, she wasn't even there. It's like, I don't even know Heesun Lee. What are you talking about?
Never.
I don't even know Heesun Lee. What are you talking about? No, but what do you envision for yourself, actually?
I can't see myself putting out an album where I only displayed one thing. Not that it's about me, but I feel like if we're the realist with ourselves, which means doing everything that God has given me the ability to do, then that would encourage anybody else to realize, like, I got to do what I got to do in all aspects. God has given us all various talents, and you have no reason to not, engage those talents. I think, I don't know what an EP would completely sound like. I think there'd be some diversity. I think I'd have some tracks where I'm worshiping. I'd have some tracks of spoken word, and I'd have that hard hip hop, but at the same time the R&B kind of, hip hop rap together. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really pin it down. We're working on it. It's kind of starting to sound a little like something, but it's not really pinned down yet.
You got to figure it all out.
We're still working, yeah.
No, and you're working with the right people, man, because rock definitely has a diverse mind when it comes to music.
It's dope.
And he has to in his position, especially now. The Lord is opening a lot of doors for him as well. And we'll continue praying for those guys over there as well. Yeah, he's cool. He's real cool. He's real cool. You did mention something that I just want to touch on if we can. You mentioned you were hurt by church. Could you you don't have to give details, but I say this because as people watch this, there may be somebody who said, man, she said she was hurt by church. I kind of felt like that too, and I don't know how to get out of it. Like, like what would you say to someone that might be feeling hurt by the church?
I think the one thing that that really helped my heart, as far as not even church wounds, but wounds in general, because it's very, was realizing that I had hurt people. And the same way that I had wanted those people to forgive me, I had to forgive them.
Wow.
And second, realizing that forgiveness had nothing to do with them. Forgiveness is for me. Forgiveness is the release of all hope for a better past. This is what it is, and I accept it. And I embrace the plan that God had through it. My favorite verse in scripture is, for you intended evil against me, but God meant it for good, to make it as it is this day, saving many people's lives. Which means every hurt, every pain, every good time, every bad time will work together for the good of those who love the Lord. And I love Him. And it's in you and in your faith to trust what you read. And that's what takes it to the next level. Like I said, forgiveness does not mean they weren't wrong. It means I choose to let this go.
Nice. Yeah. That was a very good answer.
Thank you.
No, seriously, I mean, it's so true because many times it's hard for someone to let go. Like, you're like, well, all right, I'm going to turn over a new leaf as soon as this brother comes up to me and says sorry. As opposed to someone turn over a new leaf and go and apologize to this person. You know, like scripture says too, if you know someone has something against you, even before you go to pray, you're supposed to tell them,
reconcile
I forgive
yourself.
you. Let's reconcile, and that's so hard to do, but we're so stubborn. But we're really excited. We're glad you're here. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. I am Angie Rose, and your Instagram is
Angie_Rose90.
So you can see the posts and videos and stuff that's coming from all the last couple of shows with Heesun Lee. You have anything else coming up with her?
We got a few things we're talking about doing as far as out of state stuff, but nothing completely set yet.
Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna check that out. Make sure you stay in touch with them. Make sure you keep following I am Angie Rose. Tonight we have an exclusive listen to one of the songs that's being worked on, right?
Yeah.
It's a rough draft.
It is.
But it's something so you can get a feel of what it is. But before that, Rap Fest Radio. So you got to give us a little something a cappella here.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this last night. I caught a little inspiration. You mind if I...
Oh, that's cheating. No, of course.
We can. We testing it. All right.
No, you good. You do. No. She turned it off too. No, you do. You do. If you already have something that you want to share, go ahead.
I mean, I threw it up. Let's see. I don't know. All right. They tell me spit an acapella on the Rap Fest Radio. Angie Rose, just so you know, I don't fit the label, bro. I'm living on a mission, I've been fishing to get 'em. I let my rhymes be my bullets, so you know I'ma hit 'em. I'm paying homage to the pioneers I follow. Walk off the stage without a cane like talent at the Apollo. But it's hollow if I do it for the glory and fame. So it's hands high and head low as I'm proclaiming his name. It's amazing how radio can be transformed into a video. Like rappers who do worship like B-Luv and Andy Mineo. Shout out to the predecessors who've been paving the way. I see the booth as my sandbox and here this kid's gonna play. I'm at the start of the journey but I envision the peak. God opposes the proud but he favors the meek. So I do it for his glory. My story is his story. Hence I tell you his story. Meaning we're one, so I'm blessed and my success is his glory. And I can spit a freestyle, I haven't done it in a meanwhile. Looking at him, looking at me, sitting all surprised. But I'm closing my eyes cause like I said, in God I'm wise. So I take a step back and I realize it's not about me. But I could do it, take an Instagram pic like it's a selfie. And I do it cause he said his hat and is grateful. So I'm realizing that God is amazing because he's faithful. I'm gonna stop.
No, that was good though. Props to you for even trying and going in even though you said you weren't going to. But we appreciate that. Again, we're gonna keep praying for your ministry and we hope to see you at other events sharing. And I know you go to other events just to support as well, which is awesome. And again, you're surrounded with good people. We'll continue to pray for those people that you're surrounded by as well, that they can continue to guide you in the right path. Amen. And if you have any questions or whatever, you hit us up. We're always available to share and pour in.
You're like 10-15 minutes up. You gotta be careful. I might just show up.
We're here.
I need
all you gotta do is ring the bell. I ain't gonna give you a key or nothing like that.
All right, cool.
I'm just saying. And I'm not gonna tell you what time we eat dinner either. So
you sure?
Yeah, you better bring your own food. No, seriously, if you need anything, you just let us know, and we'll try our best to help you out in any way we can. Prayer, of course, being the first thing.
I definitely appreciate that. And back at you, man.
Amen. Thanks. So we're gonna go into this video. I'm gonna say video.
Ooh,
we're gonna go into this song that's coming soon. That's so prophetic. No, it's prophet line. We're gonna go into this song called "I Will" by Angie Rose. Again, this is a rough draft.
Yeah.
It's just coming out now, and it's still in the works for the EP that will be coming out in June, maybe something like that. We'll keep you guys posted for sure. But tell us a little bit about the song "I Will."
It's just kind of a motivational piece to remember that you have the ability and that the flame makes you stronger. Your pain can make you stronger if you allow it. And you have to remember, success is in your future if you believe it.
Is this being produced by Rock?
This is, yeah.
All right. Check it out right here on Rap Fest Radio. Don't forget, next week we have YP, that's Young Paul, and Ro. She's a new artist coming up. We just got her information from Pastor Louis Straker that we had on last week. So make sure you tune in to find out what's going on in the Christian hip hop world out here in New York City. And We'll be here, Rapfest Radio, rapfestradio.com, 8 to 9 p.m. live every Monday night. We're going into this song called I Will by Angie Rose. See you guys next week. God bless.
I can feel the fire burning. It's a painful reminder of the consequence I'm earning. I slammed the door once more to push my past behind me. Now I hide behind a smile, leaving GPS can't find me.
So turn the heat up and let the flame burn brighter. Though I hold this heavy heart, I know the burden will get lighter. There's a lesson. I lost the shine that I once had, so I could find it wasn't mine unless my life belonged to God. Legend holds she made a home out of the fire, encased herself in gold so that her pain would make her brighter. Refused to be defeated, every fall will lead to breakthrough. I'm too short to box when God don't fight the hands that make you. But I'm a mess, is there an ending to this process? Won't take more than a day, he said you're still a work in progress. Constant reminder, I try to remember that it's a new chapter. What a dark night, I'm a joker. Deceitful, my heart is an actor. Gone, I need to let my life burn and shine. I pray I'm like the phoenix, out of the ashes I rise, I rise, I rise. The day I let my life burn, I will rise from the ashes, I will rise from the ashes and soar. Watch me oversoar. I will rise out of these ashes. If he formed me out of clay, I guess my first name would be Cassius. Fighter since the birth of me, child of God, oh Hercules. It's hard to comprehend just how my master keeps on serving me. Drunk in love, oh watch how I keep it sober, B. Bobbing weed, dodging arrows they keep trying to throw at me. I'm a survivor cause I'm meant to live eternally. Where the living gospel, the apostles of eternity. Why would I quit just cause they tried to bring me down? Essence is perception, I'm a plant grown from the same ground. So it's cool to go where I came from. Up and down, it's still the same sun. There's purpose in rock bottom on your come up. You bring 1 and 1, 23. Back from the black cause he sent for me. Lapping the track more than mentally. I found identity cause I'm meant to be. Essentially, potentially, an entity of immensity. With a melody that brings a remedy that leads souls to the cross so heavenly. Yeah. I will rise from the ashes, I will rise from the ashes and soar. Watch me oversoar. I will fight till the end of me. The flame brought the best of me, so watch me oversoar. Yeah. You're a success and when you fail it's not the end. You might have hurt the ones you love, but you still have a faithful friend. And he's the only message I ever intend to send. Because he bled up on that cross, I'll let my soul bleed through this pen. Let the chorus rock. I will rise from the ashes, I will rise from the ashes and soar. Watch me oversoar. I will fight till the end of me. The flame brought the best of me, so watch me oversoar.